Coach, it is something not seen all that often in these parts. Playoff football in North Carolina. We've got it at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between our visitors and the Carolina Panthers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Black 20!
Mike 5-5.
Jester! Mike.
They'll begin the drive with one. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming
They tried
again.
a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Hold on. Check. Turbo set.
Out of the gun. Goff. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Topper! Now.
Throwing to start the drive. Tracy, and he slings one that's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's going to take off with it. Nice move at the 40. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Gone!
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame, get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That's taken in by Callaway. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with him. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal at the Panthers' 4-yard line.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield.
Check 4.
They give it to him running left. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us. And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Goff, he's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go.
That one caught out wide by Boykin.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Check nickel.
Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Tracy. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a throw on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback. No matter pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
And it's 4th down.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Panthers
Come on, fellas.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go, tonight. 120.
I got him.
DC.
50
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He's going to air one out, and that's caught inside the 35.
Come on, baby.
A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about.
Here we go.
But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Hey, Zoo.
55 is mine, guys. 55.
What's that? Turbo set.
On first down, gone. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 11 yards and a Panther first down. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. First and 10 right at the 20.
Maverick.
55.
Goff now to throw. That's caught by Penny. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and
20.
utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This will be taken short. And not a good return here. He is brought down at the 7-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On second down, here's Henry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep it with Henry on first down. He's got a first down past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here.
Back to throw. Tracy. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
He's coming. We got to jump on. Go.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check three.
2nd and 10.
Get tired of seeing me.
Man open, it's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Now, he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Ready up.
A second down completion got him 7.
Pilot,
Now here's
64.
3rd and 3.
Watch twist.
Golf. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Tracy.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here,
Ready.
nice route, able to look it in and picks up the first down.
It's a party now.
57's a mic. 57's a mic. Here we go.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
8, read.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Mike 57. Clear.
Let's go.
To throw again. Tracy. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Back to throw. Tracy under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Aaron Donald with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Fresno.
6-6, bullet high.
Cornell.
Mike 5.
From the gun, here's Goff. He finds Corey Davis. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Goff. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Dancing to his left. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. They almost gave it right back to him there with another interception of their own. And to be honest, he probably should have caught that and picked it off.
And he knows it, and he'll see it in film, and he'll see it in his dreams tonight when it's all said and done. It almost felt like the excitement had been ramped up, and they were trying to get a big play right after that one. That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
Hey, alert 3.
Now.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hodges.
Come on now, let's go.
Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
It's our time. It's our time.
Ready.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. Had a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Protein spill.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, TJ Logan, down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Derrick Henry. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Set. 18 Gator. Greystone travel.
Switch. Hey.
They'll run with Henry. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Kill.
Hey, exit.
Kill.
61, matchbox lights. 2.
Looking to throw. Tracy, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop
Aaron
us,
Donald,
baby.
able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, now it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Crunch time, defense.
Hey, check Mike, check Mike. Watch 55.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Tracy. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns.
You see it all day.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Goff now looking to throw. That's complete to Cooks. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
14. Buzz. What's that?
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Let's go.
At their own 27-yard
Go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of
64,
their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is pumping.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
It's 2nd down.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Ready.
As we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend.
Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Wide, get wide.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
Go. Lead River.
Back to throw. Tracy. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Toronto.
On the double.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Kind of a muddle in the middle of the field.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Come to my world.
Operating from the gun, Tracy. This will be caught just inside the 10. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
At the 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now
Gator.
on 2nd and goal.
Watch the run, watch the run.
General West.
Watch the shift.
Let go.
This is Logan. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3.
Ready.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. Tracy back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Elliott puts this one through. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be over to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one out of the locker room, start over.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at his 4. And now look at him go. The 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 42-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Hold on. Check.
55.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. Cooper's got him. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season, got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it, baby.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And it's third down.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
SOS.
Let's go.
From the gun, Tracy. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They run again with Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Back to throw, gone. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds. It's that second part that finished off the play for him.
Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Safe.
Back. Hard. Big river.
They run again with Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Everybody scoot up.
On 3rd and 2, Tracy looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just run up. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Rick Wall. What's that?
Now it's gone. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's Goff. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Let's go now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Crunch, crunch.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 11. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Landon Collins.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. Well, tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do. In this case, that ball is expected to be caught.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Hunt. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
61, matchbox lights.
Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that. And when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Watch twist.
Check, go.
Now a give, right side.
You ain't going nowhere.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the set.
57, Mike 57.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Check three.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike.
On the ball.
To throw on 2nd down. Tracy nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey!
Mike 55.
Looking to throw. Tracy.
I got you, boy.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because the coverage was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 49.
6 guys. Check.
To begin the drive, there's a handoff to Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, kill. Super one.
Check.
Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3rd and long. It's Goff. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check curls. Mike 55.
Out of the gun. Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
I got you.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again is gone. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Hey, turn it up.
He's crashed.
Topper, 5.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go Largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Julian Love picks it, and he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
A shotgun snap for goal.
I got you, boy.
And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
6-6, bullet high.
Alert flare.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
Watch that.
Switch. Joker. Alert three.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. In trouble, and he's taken down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff completes it to Davis. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Black 20.
Great flare. Check tight. 55's Mike, guys. 55.
76. Tell him. 76.
Hey, check Mike.
76.
Watch 55.
Man out.
What's that?
Goff on first down. This one caught by Davis. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's easy work, and it's
Brandon,
coming
perfect
again.
defense in this situation. Would admit that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hold on.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Safety's creeping. Hatch it. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
11. 11. Bravo.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Like 20.
Check 55.
Mavericks wall.
I'm coming. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
What's that?
Back to throw.
Spawn. No.
That is
Ain't
caught
going
right
nowhere.
at the 10-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Mark Andrews, 32 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next
Hey,
drive.
Echo.
They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge
Ready.
factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the
go.
execution.
50, play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, exit.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike.
They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Hey, Alpha.
Vikings first down.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
Go.
Back to throw.
Check 4.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Sam on.
Check 43. Check 37. Check 37.
Hey, lock it.
Ship.
Buzz.
Now a give, right side. It's Logan.
Get there.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
First down.
Ready.
So from the 39
Recon,
now, they'll
132
come up on
fighter.
a 1st and 10.
All day. Just like that. Just like that. Ship.
Hey. High 7. 2.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll run it. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Set. 90 Wolf.
55. I got one.
Hey, orbit. 5.
He's back to throw.
go,
Looking
D.
for the
Tighten up.
end zone.
Let's go,
And
D.
that's going
Tighten
to wind
up.
up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check
Let's
in with
go,
our
baby.
referee. They come out here in the eye. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Watch the twist.
Ready, go. Let's go.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3.
Go now.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
61, match box.
So they're back up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Henry, and he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown.
Derrick Henry finding the end zone on the game's final play. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. The extra point is good, and on the final play of the game, they walk away with a victory. And they start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.